Trump knows something about the economy in a way that we may not have all realized that he knew or would acknowledge before.
There'll be a little disturbance, but we're okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this earlier. This is a guy who, like, you have a packet of salt that he gives you, and he says it's the best salt you've ever had. Like, it's the saltiest salt.
It.
We got it straight from the Himalayan mines, a special mine that only some people get to go to.
No children.
And that man who is so good at selling even the most mediocre things as fantastic was preemptively, actively saying on multiple occasions, bear with me on the tariffs. There's going to be an adjustment period. There was one other thing he said, multiple times alluding to this idea of some sort of economic pain from what is a centerpiece of his economic policy, which, I mean, if that chief cheerleader is talking that way, that's maybe a little bit of a sign of danger for Republicans.
Have you ever heard him talk like that before?
I mean, every now and then, it's funny, you get these like bursts of self-reflection or self-awareness that come if you watch him long enough.
Yeah.
But
blink and you'll miss it.
But for a stage this big, talking in that way about something that has been his centerpiece economic thing since the 1980s was a bit wild. And I mean, it fits with, we've seen the Dow drop. We've seen corporations start to cut back on investments. We've seen the Atlanta Fed say that forecast contraction for the U.S. economy in the first quarter of the year. Like, there are a lot of red flags out there. And now the president is starting to talk like he knows that they're there.
It's funny, though, because he had another moment in time where he was like, nobody knows if this was the worst inflation of all time. Like, nobody knows the answer. And it's like, so he will try to have those moments of like, no, the lucidity is not catching me today. Let me just go on and say it's going to be great. It's going to be better than ever. Then he also has these other moments of claiming to not know what the information is, or straight up saying at one other point, he was like, if we don't do these things that I want to do on the economy, we won't have a country anymore.